I made all that mess, so now let's clean up. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, I just made a pumpkin pie crumble, and you should be seeing that video just because I love it. But I am washing my dishes in a video because I have a gal, a subscriber, who is just super generous with gifts and large tips. So this is for Gail, my friend Gail. No, you can't buy video requests, but I am doing this just because she's good to me. So, here we go. Let's wash some dishes. Okay, I just want to get everything into one side of my sink with some nice hot water. Hot, sudsy water. Lots of soap. I don't know about you guys, but no matter what kind of dish soap I get, the suds don't last long enough to cut the grease, to really cut the grease. So, these dishes aren't too bad, they aren't too dirty. Some of it is. Some of this is just dishes left over from breakfast. And some of this is going to be what I used in my baking video. Right now, we are using my set of Christmas dishes. A pretty reddish cranberry color. And that's because before I left my home in Tennessee, as I have already mentioned in other videos, I did give away a crap ton of stuff. And I mean, seriously, like 5 truckloads, I think I've mentioned. We had so many things that we were able and willing to let go of just to make our move easier. And I loved my set of gold dishes, but they were all secondhand in the first place. Super heavy, and I thought, new start in California. Let's get some new dishes. Haven't gotten them yet. Alright, this needs scissors. Can't get in there. Don't cut the glove. Okay. So anyway, while I'm getting these gloves on, I'll finish telling you that I haven't picked out a new set yet. We haven't had time. So we're just using our Christmas dishes. And we did save some of our Corelle dinnerware that we had in the RV. So paper plates and Corelle and Christmas dishes are what we're using. I will be sure to let you know when or if we find or stumble upon that beautiful set of dishes that we're hoping to find. I think I feel like my kitchen needs to be a bit more finished, or maybe the design of my whole house decided upon. I don't know, I don't know. When you're looking at dishes, you just kind of know it's right when you see it, like so many other things that we purchased. I never used to wash my can openers, but my husband implored me. He says, you can't ruin your can opener with water. I'm like, but. So I've gotten over it. I just don't let it soak for long. I just clean it a little bit. And I suppose my butter brush to butter the iron skillet. So, and I never do a completely thorough job because I figure it's like an iron skillet, and then it just you don't wash it with soap and water because the oil keeps it supple. So just kind of get the bulk of the butter out of there so it doesn't turn rancid, but it doesn't have to be squeaky clean. Not like you want your cups and your bowls and your plates. You want them squeaky clean. Which actually is sometimes hard to tell if you're getting all the grease and stuff off of something when you're wearing gloves. But even though I have acrylic nails done at the salon now, for this season anyway, my nail tech assured me that water will not harm your nails, but I say no taking chances. No way. Okay, I need to get a toothbrush because there's something stuck in there. That's just not coming out with my sponge. Oh, see, now that's much better. That just comes right out. Those little nooks and crannies. Okay, I think that's good. That's good. Oh, you guys, I have so picked up on even just trying to be facetious, with the southern twang, southern accent. My husband and I played around with it so much that it's actually become part of our speech patterns. And so the other day I was talking on the phone with a gal trying to make a doctor's appointment, and after I got off the phone, my husband said, did you know that you just gave her a big fat y'all? I was like, what? He goes, yeah, you just said y'all. And I was like, no way. Well, I'm not ashamed of it. Sometimes it's y'all, sometimes it's you guys. I don't know. I grew up with you guys. You guys. Okay. These little measuring cups, they're so easy to clean, and yet they have that dumb little lip on the side. You have to be sure to get the underside of it. Also, I want to let you guys in on something that you should know. There are sometimes the reason why I decide to use soft-spoken versus whisper in a video is because specifically videos like this where there's a varying volume and clatter and things like that. If I do a whisper, the sound coming from what I'm doing will just completely override my voice, and then you won't be able to hear what I'm saying. So I am speaking in a soft-spoken voice so we can hear. And also, I decide sometimes by how the spirit moves me, you know? Just like, this seems like it might be better this time. It's not because I'm trying to favor one or the other or anybody. Okay, so we're just looking down to the last bit of silverware, and that looks like it. So let's rinse these dishes. Okay, I'm going to change camera perspective, so I better take my gloves off here real quick. Okay, put these back on because I want to continue to protect my nails and hands. Still warm, so that's good. It's funny, there's not a lot to tell you about what I'm doing, so it affords me this opportunity just to chat with you. And I know that if I put up a version of this video that has no talking, inevitably someone will say, "Hey, we miss your voice." And I think that is just the most endearing and sweetest thing. I just absolutely love it. And, my channel started out with videos. All my videos were no talking, just because that's what I prefer, in my ASMR experience. But I started doing talking videos for those who just requested it, and I thought, well, that's great. I can do both. And then just here recently, some of you have been telling me in comments that you never really cared to listen to voices either, same way I feel, and that you have adjusted to listening to me because you enjoy listening to what I have to say. And let me tell you, that just touches my heart. That touches my heart like you can't believe. And if I don't show it in my response or my reply to your comment, I'm sorry. I can't tell you. Sometimes I actually read comments and weep. I get tears in my eyes because I'm so touched. It just feels so good to know that people are being affected and helped, and to feel like they've got a friend or a familiar. I know I would enjoy that and have before, but not in ASMR, so it's just it's phenomenal to me, and I love it, and I thank you and appreciate so much those of you who have said that to me. Okay, rinse that a little. Turn that off. I think I'm going to dry a few dishes next. I think. as well just empty this because I have a couple more larger items to wash. So we'll get these out of the way. And the couple that owned this house before us, well, right before us, it was a rental. But before that, it was owned by an elderly couple. And so they had been in this house since it was built in 1940. So this house is, what, 83 years old. But anyway, they never installed a dishwasher. And there is no garbage disposal. Now, they updated this kitchen, and so it's the only room of our house that's actually really presentable because the rest of it is very, it was trashed by the renters that got on in here after that couple passed away. Ooh, that makes me curious. I wonder if they passed away in this home. Wow. Oh wow. I just love the idea of history and things. Nothing spooky has happened here, guys, so no worries. Anyway, gosh, I'm hungry. I wish I could have a piece of that pie that I made, but I am going to have to eat something else. Oh, I forgot what I was saying. Ramble. I'm such a jibber jabber. So, yeah, oh yeah. So there's no dishwasher in this kitchen. And even though they renovated the kitchen before they passed away, they did not see fit to have the modern amenities, and that's probably because they're older, you know. I'm probably like 20 years older than the previous owners, I think, guessing by when it was built. So I was born in 1961. And the house was built in, oh no, maybe they were like 40 years older than me because they built it in 1940. Right, yeah, okay. Alright, we got the skillet, and I am not going to put that in soap. We're just going to get some hot water and rinse out the majority of that leftover butter. I don't know if you can hear the traffic. All of a sudden we've got traffic that picked up outside. Big beloved butter. See, all we need to do is just rinse that. We do not take an iron skittle it back. It's not a skittle. I got candy on the plate. That's too funny. Skittle. It's an iron. So I'm just going to put soap and water on the outside. And we are going to dry this with something else. Alright, I got a paper towel. You just want to keep your skillet seasoned with butter or oil, whatever it is you're cooking with. Okay? And we'll put it away just like that. Alright, now, what do we do next? We have two big old bowls with pumpkin pie mix on the edges. Fortunately, there is not a high fat content in that. Food that's left over in the bowl, so I really hate to waste water. Some countries do not have enough, and there is I've just always had a conserving mentality about water. So I will keep using this dishwater for this next set of dishes, which is not much. Just to conserve. Now, if I had a really greasy pot or something at the end, I would just add a little more soap to cut the grease. Because the next most important step is rinsing your dishes, of course. And the good thing about wearing gloves is I always rinse my dishes with super hot water when rinse time comes. So the gloves protect me from the temperature, the heat. Of course, it tends to make the gloves get harder sooner. Kind of changes the molecular structure. Oops, I shut my water off. Back on. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this. I haven't learned how to use this wonderful spout, a spigot that pulls out. I love it. It's so convenient. Just pull it out and rinse out your sink. I love it. I've never had such a fancy sink before. When we went to replace the kitchen faucet in my house in Tennessee, we wouldn't have even thought about getting anything this fancy. It's expensive. So just to let you know, there will not be any house tours because we have so much work to do still to fix up this house. And even this kitchen isn't finished. But my husband is getting around to putting in some floors in the living room, and I am so excited. I cannot even tell you. I want to move into my living room so bad. Right now we're squished into the dining room and the kitchen and the bedroom for the most part. And thank God for that much space that's usable, but none of it's really finished. Doesn't stop me from decorating though. Happy holidays is what I'm after. Okay, so that is enough to just put those right away. Well, maybe I'll set them on the counter for now. Alright, I want to take this opportunity to go ahead and scour these sinks. They have just a slight bit of a discoloration, I think. I don't love Ajax, but it was the only cleanser we could find at the store when we first moved here. I don't know why they didn't have Comet on the counter, on the actually, I think we did finally find some Comet. That must be in the bathroom. Well, Ajax is what was under the sink. Get these little edges here. do you like that word, gunk? My husband insists on having one of these in the sink. And I do like it, but it is harder to clean out sometimes because the mesh is finer than the regular sink basket. You know what, I'm going to clean that out again sometime in the future with a Comet. I think I could get more stains out. It's not highly stained, it's just kind of slightly discolored, I'm not going to do too much on this side. It's not, this Ajax is rather anemic. I'm not going to bother. Alright, turn that on a little bit higher, rinse that out. Just a little swipe is all I gave that side. It really is not working that well. Rinse the sponge a little. Clean up a little. Yeah. That gives new meaning to the term wishy-washy. You decide which side to leave the spout going in. That's so funny. Gotta crack myself up. I'm wishy-washy. Okay, tidy up a little bit here. Done with this. Take my gloves off. We are almost done here, you guys. Just want to wipe up a little bit on the edges of the sink. Usually do that with just whatever dish towel I'm drying with. Okay, well, you guys, I am done, and I want to thank you for joining me here today for this simple chore. And I'll see you in the next